But Naira scarcity. Kenyan member of parliament questioned over suspected link with banditry. Taiwan finds remnants of crushed suspected Chinese weather balloon.
This is the news.
Hoodlums have attacked motorists in some areas on the popular Lagos-Ikorodu Expressway in Lagos State over scarcity of the new Naira notes. Reports say they took to the roads in Mile 12, K2 and Ojota areas on the expressway, attacking commuters and creating chaos. Motorists and residents who were on their way to different places of work hurriedly turned back in panic as the rioters went berserk with bonfire set across the road. Meanwhile, Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin has confirmed the arrest. Hundeyin said officers are already on ground with reinforcement units deployed to manage the situation.
We thank you for the close here, and we are still on the ground to monitor the situation and make sure there is no further breakdown of law and order. I'm here to ascertain rumors are flying around that there is a lot of the cash policy, but I cannot confirm that yet. Okay, I'm looking into that. But what I can confirm is that normal affairs are restored. I'm talking about arrest. No arrest has been made yet, but we are on ground to make sure there's no further report of casualties as we speak. People just love to express grievances for what now I'm yet to ascertain.
Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin speaking. Meanwhile, the riots have spread to Ogun State communities as youth protested the lingering new Naira policy and fuel scarcity. Reports say the protesters barricaded the Mowe end of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway and turned back motorists and travelers. The protesters also resisted police intervention and threatened to set the police station in the area ablaze. Vehicular movement on Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is gradually coming to a halt. The gridlock, which is almost at a standstill, has spread from the Mowe area of Ogun State inwards the Long Bridge area of Arepo following protests that broke out today over the Naira policy. And the foreign ministers of Mali, Guinea and Burkina Faso are in Ethiopia's capital Addis Ababa ahead of an African Union summit to lobby to be let back into the organization. All three countries were suspended from the African Union and the regional grouping ECOWAS following military coups. Mali's foreign ministry said the suspensions were hindering the desire of all the three Sahel countries to make the transition back to civilian rule. The ministers will not be able to participate in the summit but say they have met foreign ministers from the host Ethiopia and the Comoros Island who currently hold the presidency of the AU. Police in Kenya have questioned a member of parliament over claims of funding bandits in the country's northern Rift Valley region. Pokot South member of parliament David Singh was arrested on Thursday evening by officers from the Serious Crimes Unit and released hours after interrogation. His lawyer said he will appear before the detectives on Friday for further questioning. Mr. Singh is the first politician to be probed by authorities over the banditry menace that has left more than 100 civilians and 16 security officers dead in the past 6 months. Kenya's military will on Friday join police units in an operation against bandits and cattle rustlers in the restive northern region. Tunisian President Kais Saied has rejected foreign interference following criticism over a recent string of arrests targeting his critics. He said Tunisia is an independent and sovereign state not under colonialism or protection, and its sovereignty is above all other considerations. The U.S. had said it was deeply concerned by the reported arrests, including of politicians, business leaders, and a journalist in recent days. The UN also voiced its alarm over the arrest. President Said said he was acting in full respect of the law. He accused some of the detained people of being traitors responsible for sharing price increases and severe food shortages. You're listening to Global News from Adabai Chipanan FM Akure, transmitting from Laramoki. After the break, Taiwan finds remnants of crushed suspected Chinese weather balloon. Stay with us. will sure return.
The news on Adaba 88.9 FM.
Glad to know you're still there for news updates and live streaming. Visit our website www.adabai889.fm or download Adabai FM app on Google Play Store. You can be part of us on our social media platforms www.facebook.com/AdabaFM, 88.9 on Facebook, at Adabai889FM on Instagram, and AdabaFM TV on YouTube. You can provide us information via email newsroom@adabai889.fm. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak is in Belfast to meet local political parties amid speculation of a deal on the Northern Ireland Protocol could soon be struck. Reports say a deal could be reached as early as next week on post-Brexit trading arrangements. Sunak will meet local party leaders on Friday before heading on to Germany to meet EU leaders. Its Foreign Secretary James Cleverly will also be in Brussels to meet the European Commission. Cleverly will meet European Commission Vice President Markus Sefcovic as part of ongoing engagement with the EU to find a practical solution that work for the people of Northern Ireland. The Northern Ireland Protocol is a trade deal that was agreed to ensure the free movement of goods across the Irish land border after Brexit. Taiwan has found the remnants of what appears to be a crashed Chinese weather balloon. Taiwan's military said it had spotted an unidentified object drifting above Dongying, a Taiwanese-controlled island off China's coast. It later found a crash site on a shooting range. The military added that initial investigations suggested that remnants were part of a meteorological instrument. Taiwan's defense minister, Shui Kuo-cheng, said officials would further investigate the crashed balloon but would not jump into conclusions. And investors linked to the Qatari royal family will bid to buy Manchester United today. Investors from the United States and Saudi Arabia will also bid for the club alongside Sir Jim Ratcliffe's Ineos Group, who has already made their intention to bid public knowledge. The Rainy Group, who are organizing the potential sale on behalf of the Glazer family, have asked for initial bids to be made by 10 p.m. UK time today. The Glazers want at least £5 billion to sell the club, but reports say no party will want to go big with their initial offer. The Qatari bid would have the blessing of the Emir of Qatar, Sheikh Tamim bin Hamad Al Thani, who is a Manchester United supporter. Qatar and the bid from Saudi Arabia are expected to be the only ones which would not rely on borrowed money to finance the deal. To end global news, a recap of our top stories. Lagos State Police Public Relations Officer Benjamin Hundeyin said officers are already on the ground with reinforcement units deployed after hoodlums attacked motorists in some areas in Lagos State over scarcity of the new Naira notes. And police in Kenya have questioned a member of parliament over claims of funding bandits in the country's northern Rift Valley region. Taiwan has found the remnants of what appears to be a crashed Chinese weather balloon drifting above Dongying, a Taiwanese-controlled island off China's coast. And that's Global News Editor Olasukomi Ilujoba. My name is Michael Akintunde. Good afternoon.
The world moves at a fast pace, and news breaks with the same speed.
Sometimes you find the news